Hello, it's Ash and welcome back to my channel. Now welcome into this strong ankles and calves routine where we're going to help prevent injuries and issues in the ankles and the calves with this type of routine. Now this is a great sort of mobility stretch routine that you can add into your weekly routine maybe 3 to 5 times per week. We're going to make a start in a standing position, and what we're going to do is we're going to focus on stepping with the left foot in all different directions. And as we do that, we want to keep the left foot always nice and flat, and just think about pushing that knee slightly towards the toes and maybe over the toes if it feels comfortable and safe for the knee. We're making sure that the heel doesn't lift off, again, because if you've got tightness in the Achilles and the calf area, what might happen is as you lunge into it, that area might start to lift off. What we're trying to focus on is the mobility and the stretching element of that. So we're going to step with the left foot, we're going to go forwards, and imagine we're going sort of round a clock face. And you can just go in all different random times. So you can go to 1 o'clock, then 11 o'clock, again nice and foot nice and flat. Point those toes to the different times, open them out, go 1 to the right, 1 to the left, maybe to the front. And we're going for about 40 seconds on each side. And you should start to feel, again, the calf and the Achilles area start to loosen as we go through this 40 seconds. So as we push the knee forwards here, this is called dorsiflexion of the ankle. And if you run on hills or undulating surfaces like trails, you need good dorsiflexion. And if you're stepping down from a curb and stepping back up onto a curb on a road, again, it's really essential that we have good dorsiflexion as we run. So this is working through that. Okay, we're going to swap and just have a little bit of a wiggle out and just feel the difference between the left lower leg and the right lower leg. Maybe that left one feels a little bit looser and lighter and ready to go. So we're going to do the same thing. About 40 seconds, we're going to step to the front, then maybe to the right, then to the left, each time keeping that foot nice and flat, and then just randomly go left and right in different directions, pointing those toes to where you lunge. You can have a little step to the side, a little bit of a tiny pause. So again, you get that good, nice stretch into the Achilles and the calf area. Relax the shoulders, we're breathing. Again, it's a nice mobility warm-up. And this is going to help, again, prevent injuries. When we increase the range of motion and the sort of supple elasticity of our muscle and tendon tissues, the tendon tissues are less stiff. We've got more elastic properties in there, and they're a bit more springy and less sort of brittle. If they're more stiff, they've got less range of motion and can be a little bit more almost brittle. That's simplifying a very complex organism. So they're just going to step up and have, again, a little bit of a wiggle out, feel the difference now. Again, does the right one feel like it's catching up with the left? And then what we're going to do is step the left foot forwards about half a metre or half a yard, and keeping those feet planting, facing forwards. We're just going to do some bent knee lunges. So as we're sort of thinking about dropping our weight down, bend the knee, and it's the foot at the back that's going to get the most work. So as we do this, again, we're in dorsiflexion, again, on that back foot. So as we're in that lunge position, sort of lunge split squat position, we're dropping the weight down, bend the knee, and that should really extend that back Achilles and calf area. Keep the heel flat. Now what you can do is you can go lower to increase that stretch, or you can just back off and just not go as low. If you already feel like you're getting a good stretch, you can just nice and slowly, smoothly up, smoothly down. Again, we're working for about 40 seconds, and you should be feeling that on that back leg from the Achilles, where the heel is, going up into that calf muscle area. Okay, and then just have a little bit of a pedal out and switch. So again, can you feel all of that work? Okay, so left foot stays back, right foot steps about half a yard. Again, we're going to drop the weight down by bending the knee at the back, and you can feel again that stretch on that back leg. And then we're just standing back up. Again, bend the knees. And we're sort of doing that. The ankle lunges. The heel might come up, and if it does, you can always bring that front foot a little bit closer to the back foot, and that will show that you just need to do that. Or again, you can, if you've got more flexibility, you can take that front foot a little bit further away. And it's a sort of strange motion to get hold of and get used to. But we're really focusing in on, again, challenging the mobility and the range of motion in that back ankle. So that foot that's at the back. Keep breathing. Last one. Okay, and then just pedal and walk around. Let's do some ankle alphabets. And now what we're going to do is we're going to stand into the left foot. So already we're getting some work into that lower leg. We're getting some work into the foot, the ankle and the calf and Achilles area with the balance. But then we're going to put the right foot out in front and we're going to draw an exaggerated alphabet in capital letters. So go through the alphabet. So I'll do an A, a really big A. Imagine your big toe has a pen on the end of it and you're drawing all those different letters of the alphabet, and you go from A all the way to Z. And you can feel all of that work that you've got to get into the ankle, into the foot and the Achilles area to really work in all different directions. Try and make the letters as big and exaggerated as you can. I'm on O. If you've got to, I just have to think about the alphabet then. If you've got to Z already, you can go back through until I catch up. You can feel your hip as well working. You can feel that standing leg working. And Z. Whew. Again, so it's really sort of simple exercise, but very, very effective. So could you feel the standing leg working? Could you feel how maybe you didn't have great coordination of the foot? You couldn't really make it big movements. So again, that would be a great indication of you need to come back and do this one quite regularly to get that sort of brain, ankle, foot connection a little bit stronger. Standing to the right foot, let's do the alphabet on this side. So again, I can feel straight away on this. This is my weaker side, my left. I can't draw it as efficiently or as smoothly as I could with the right foot. So what do you notice about the left and the right sides? Do you get that feeling? You don't have the same level of control in one side compared to the other. So again, think about really making those big exaggerated movements, as big as you can with the letters. Breathe. Big capital letters. So you can tell I'm having to focus more because my brain is really focusing on this and I'm talking less, which is unusual for me to talk less. V, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, well done. Have a little bit of a walk out, pedal it out. How do those, can you feel even though the shin muscles have worked? Can you feel all of that really active work going on into those, the ankle and the foot and the shin and lower leg and the calf muscle area? So they should feel really active. So again, you can see how working those little intrinsic muscles, and we do that regularly, it's going to help create a lot of strong stability in there. So well done. Okay, next side, we're going to stand into the left foot. We're going to bend that knee, left knee, so that'll switch the glutes and the calves on. We're going to go into a balance if you need to, hold on to the balance if you need to, something to balance onto. And then what we're going to do is single leg calf raises with a bent knee. So you might need to use something to balance on. So we're going to elevate the heel as high as we can and then come back down. Elevate the heel as high as you can and come back down. Okay, 30 seconds and let's go. So breathe as we do this and really focus on pushing through the big toe and the ball of the big toe, so the knuckly part of the big toe. That's really going to activate the big toe muscle and that then goes into the arch of the foot. Keep breathing as we do this. And again, it's not about quantity, it's about the quality. And time. Again, you should be getting a really good burn in that lower leg, the calf muscle area, and going up into the foot and ankle area. Okay, let's go to the other side. Again, stand into the right foot, hover the left foot, bend that right knee, hold on to the balance aid, and 3, 2, 1, let's go. Elevate the heel as high as you can. Make sure we're not letting the outer toes do the work. We want to push down strongly through the big toe and the ball of the big toe. Keep breathing. Have a little bit of a smile as well. Let's not be so serious. We are doing strong injury prevention work, but let's not be serious with it. And relax. Well done. Have a little bit of a walk out. Okay, we're going to do some pogos. So almost like we're doing some skipping, but a really good sort of basic plyometric exercise. So feet underneath the hips, same point on the foot again. So the big toe and the ball of the big toe and the knuckles of the other toes. Going to try and get nice and light and springy. Keep your posture nice and tall. Keep your knees stiff but not locked out. Because we don't want to be doing this. We don't want to be doing jump squats, but we also don't want to be really bashing into your knee joints. So there's a level of stiffness and springiness that we've got to find. And imagine you're skipping over a skipping rope. We're going to go for 30 seconds, nice and springy on the left and the right foot. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Breathe. So again, the front and mid foot are landing first with a really slight, light heel kiss, and we're springing. Again, we're not bending the knees too much because it's not a jump squat. It's calf and Achilles, and you can imagine you've got a skipping rope like don't know why I did a little song for a skipping rope there. Okay, nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and time. Well done. Walk it out. Shake those legs and breathe. Let's go into some really nice stretches for those calf muscles. Again, working on the range of motion. Okay, so we're going to go right foot into the wall, toes up the wall, standing nice and tall, and then we're going to slowly massage and pulse with this. So push the hips into the wall and then release. Find a 7 out of 10 stretch and then come backwards. 7 out of 10 and then back and release. Keep your head up, relax your shoulders. Again, slow the breathing down. And as I've mentioned, you can do this routine because it's not too long. It's a nice sort of addition into your strength training if you do that, or your daily mobility. If you do a daily stretching mobility practice, you could do this maybe 2, 3, even up to 5 times per week. I recommend probably 3 times, ideally though. Okay, stepping this right foot backwards now, nice and far. Both hips and feet point forwards, hands into the wall, and then we're going to slowly drop the hips forwards and down and then backwards. Again, find a 7 out of 10 stretch in that right calf and Achilles area. You can always back off and soften the intensity a little bit by stepping this right foot closer towards this left foot. But breathe. Push into the hands to really push into that back heel. You should feel a good stretch at that lower leg at the back. Okay, I'm going to step up. Feel the difference in the after effects. Okay, step the left toes up the wall. And then again, nice and slow, push the hips into the wall, then release. Breathe as we do this. So well done for showing up for your body, for your calves and your hamstrings, and putting this injury prevention work into your body. It's really essential that we do all of these exercises to keep our body resilient and strong. So well done. Okay, we're going to step that left foot back again into that nice lunge position. Hips and toes still point forwards, push into the hands, and then again we're slowly pulsing down and back. Down and forwards and then backwards and up. So forwards and back, forwards and back. I always turn everything into a song. Because I am a songwriter, and that's what I've done all my life. Well, probably since I was 16, 17, writing songs. Okay, keep breathing. Step up, have a little bit of a walk around and feel, again, connect and sense and feel the after effects of that work. So what do the calves feel like? What do the Achilles feel like in the heel area compared to each other? And in general, do they feel a bit looser, a bit more like you could go for a run? You can see how this work will benefit your body because you can feel it. So well done, fantastic work. If you've enjoyed it, if you could just give this video a thumbs up and maybe put thanks for the video in the comments, I do greatly appreciate that. And if you're interested in working with me as your coach to help you run better, have a look in the link in the description below. But like I said earlier, well done for showing up and putting this injury prevention work, these exercises into your body. It is absolutely essential that we keep our body maintained. And you've done fantastic work today. So whatever you are doing in the rest of your day, have a great day, and I shall see you in the next video.